And welcome back to Lovely Day Knits. If we haven't met before, my name's Eleisha. I'm a knitter from Coffs Harbour, Australia, and I hope you're having a super lovely day so far. Today we're going through my Make 9, but I'm going to be doing it a little bit differently. I'm going to be doing 9 different categories, and there's a few different pattern options in each category that I want to make sure that I knit, but I'm not too fussed on like exactly what pattern that is. If I just make one of those patterns from each of those categories, I am going to be a very happy knitter. So there's going to be a few more than 9 patterns to talk about today. I've discovered over the past year of knitting that I'm not one of those people that can plan their knits because I am a little bit too spontaneous for that, I think. I've got a billion patterns in my Ravelry queue that I really want to knit and new patterns coming up all the time. I'm constantly looking at new patterns for this channel. So I feel like I just can't make all of these knitting plans in advance. I kind of just have to go week by week or month by month and then see what I want to knit on and what I feel like casting on. So I've got my trusty little diary that I've written down my Make 9 categories in and all the patterns that I have options to make for next year. I'm very excited. Or this year now. I'm recording this at the end of December, so it is now the new year, so happy new year, and I hope you had the most wonderful Christmas break and New Year's. I hope you got plenty of knitting in. Without further ado, let's jump straight into the first category, and it is that I want to make an everyday staple sweater. I want a sweater that I reach for the most. I want to make that staple wardrobe sweater that I can just grab and go. It goes with any outfit. I can wear it by itself. I can wear t-shirts under it if I want to. It'll go with all of the pants and the skirts that I've got. I want it in a neutral color, like maybe a cream or a brown. Probably a cream because I feel like that's really classic, or even a black because I do wear a lot of black sweaters. So that's my goal for this category. I want to make the most perfect everyday sweater. I want this piece to just be my absolute staple, my absolute go-to. I want it to have holes in it in a few years' time because I've worn it that much. That's the kind of sweater that I want. And these are the few patterns that are contesting for this staple sweater. So the first contestant is the Tulip Sweater by Melody Hoffman. A beautiful classic stocking net stitch. I love the fit of it. I love that it's cropped, but it's got those beautiful little scalloped edges at the bottom. I just think that that is beautiful. And I wear high-waisted everything. High-waisted skirts and high-waisted pants, high-waisted shorts. And so a cropped sweater is definitely gonna be my staple. But I fell in love with this one as soon as I saw it, and I feel like it just would be perfect for a staple sweater. So this is definitely a contestant. This would look good in cream, but I do really love the color that she's done it in. It's like the most perfect neutral brown. So I could definitely do it in a brown, or I could do it in a cream, but I feel like I need this one in my wardrobe. My chickens are really noisy this morning. They're all laying eggs at the same time. So if you hear chicken noises, and there's been a lot of mooing this morning too, fly. What is going on? Then it's just a crazy morning on the farm. Contestant number 2 is the Tenant Sweater V-neck by Kadri. Now, I just finished getting done with a sweater from Kadri, and I love her pattern writing style. I find the fit of that particular garment was really, really lovely, and I just, yeah, I fell in love. And I found this one, and I thought it was beautiful. It's just such a classic, beautiful V-neck sweater. It's got like a nice, loose, kind of relaxed silhouette on it. It looks so cozy and cushy. It's ended up on 8-ply yarn, which I think would be perfect for my climate, because then I can wear it in autumn, winter, and then through to spring, and maybe even in summer days. I feel like worsted weight yarns and things just won't go with my climate. It gets too hot, and winters really don't get very cold here. So for my staple sweater, I am looking for an 8-ply or a DK weight yarn or less, but I'm thinking for my climate, I might even need a 4-ply or a fingering weight yarn. So that means I am leaning a little bit more towards the Tulip because it is knit up on sports weight 5-ply yarn, which might be even a little bit lighter and something that if it is cold, I can layer something underneath, but I can also wear it when it's a little bit warmer as well. But the Tenant Sweater V-neck, I absolutely love, so it's definitely a contender. This one looks so nice and fluffy. The sample is made up in 2 strands of soft silk mohair from Knitting for Olive, which I don't think would be my go-to. So I would just knit it up with, I think, 1 strand of DK weight yarn or a strand of fingering weight with a lace weight held together. I feel like that might be a little bit more comfortable. There is 2 more contestants, and the next one is the Nevermore Blouse by Kadri as well. Kadri is I'm really, really loving her patterns. I've just been like getting into looking at her patterns, and I love that they're so classic and they're so simple, but they're so elegant, and I really like the shapes of them. So I feel like I'm definitely going to be knitting a lot of K-Drew next year. I'm very excited for that. But I fell in love with the Nevermore blouse. It looks so simple, but it's got that little bit of lace work that goes down the arm and then down the back as well. And I thought that that could be just the most perfect, elegant staple. I would wear this everywhere, I feel. The only thing about this pattern is it's knit up on a worsted or 10-ply yarn. So it is a little bit heavier than I wanted it, but I think I can definitely work it to become an 8-ply pattern with a few adjustments to the gauge. And yeah, this one is definitely a contestant, and I'm very excited to knit this one up. I think even if this doesn't become my absolute staple, I'll knit it up anyway, because I love it so much. The fit of it looks perfect. It doesn't have too much positive ease. It just looks like it fits really, really nicely. It's got the beautiful V-neck, which is exactly what I wanted, but the lace work down the back and down the sleeves are just scrumptious, just so good. It's definitely out there for becoming my everyday staple sweater. And the last contestant, and the only petite knit pattern I have on all of this list, is the No Frills Sweater. I'm always a little bit hesitant to knit petite knits patterns because I've knit the Cumulus tee, which is what I've got now, and I remember it confusing me a little bit. I wasn't too keen on her pattern writing style, but that does not stop me from trying out more of her patterns because her designs are very classy and classic. And the No Frills Sweater is the one that I thought was the most classic and could become an everyday staple. It's the only non-V-neck that I chose, but I do like the round neck version that she's got here because it looks a little bit more like a boat neck style. Like, it's just a little bit more open. I don't like crew necks that come right up into my neck. If they've got a little bit more space, then I do prefer that, and the No Frills looked really good to me. I did toss up between the No Frills and the Monday Sweater, but the Monday Sweater, the neckline looked like it came up a little bit more. Not my jam. So I am looking at the No Frills Sweater, which just is a very, very classic sweater that looks like it could be great for an everyday staple. It's knit up on DK weight yarn, so that is definitely a contender, but I'm leaning more towards the Nevermore blouse because I think it's the one I'm most in love with. But we will see. I'll knit one of those and one of them will become my everyday staple. The second category I want to make is something super fun and colourful, which is a little out of my comfort zone, but that's exactly why I want to do it, because there are so many beautiful out there patterns and really colourful patterns that I'm really drawn to. This year, I'm going to knit something super colourful and very fun. There are so many beautiful patterns out there that I was looking at, but I've come down to just 2, and who knows, something else might come up. But the first one is the wonderful sweater by Olga Pitano Designs. And as soon as I saw this one, I fell in love. I did this for one of my new release videos last year, and the color combination she chose, I fell in love with. It's just such a fun design, but like, it's not too out there for me. So I feel like this would really suit my vibe, suit my style, but also something I can have a little bit of fun with all the different colors. I am thinking along the color lines that she has chosen for the sample, which is like a blue, a pink, and a green with a white. But who knows, I might just get inspired when I'm out yarn shopping and find some really cool different colors. So that is going to be a really, really fun one. I might even be able to have some leftover yarns from different projects and pop them together. So we'll see how that goes. But that is definitely a contestant. I feel like I can have a lot of fun with this one and put in a lot of different colors. And the second one, I've been obsessed with this ever since I saw it, and I've only chatted about it probably a few episodes back, but it is called Cairn by Rachel Brockman, and this just has so many cool colors in it. I love her color combination so much. I love the design of it so much. I just love everything about it. It is just so awesome. I've never knit any of her patterns before, and she's a very new designer to me, so I don't know what her pattern writing style is. That's the only thing that makes me a little bit hesitant, is if I buy this pattern, I buy all the yarn for it, and then if I can't really get the pattern, then I'm going to be really disappointed. But everything is worth a try, and this one is definitely a contender because just the color work motif on this, the colors on this are just perfection. I'm not a purple gal, so I wouldn't do the purple in the middle or like along the hem. I think I would go more of a neutral color for that, or maybe a blue for that. And then I love all the colors she's got through it, so I'd probably follow a similar color, or maybe even do the band in like a yellow, because I do have a lot of yellow in stash. So that could be a possibility. But I do want to make sure that I got lots of pinks and blues and greens throughout, and just, it's going to be fun to pick out colors for this one. So I'm very excited. I think I am leaning towards this one because this one has definitely taken my heart as soon as I saw it, and I'm very excited to have this on the needles. The only other thing that would be kind of deterring me from this is it's a cardigan. So I'm assuming all the color work is worked flat, which doesn't really entice me that much, honestly. Doing a lot of purling with color work just doesn't sound that fun, but it would be so worth it for those beautiful results. So I feel like it's still definitely a contestant, and it would probably take me a long time to get this done, but so worth it because it's gorgeous. Also, just the fit of this, it just looks like the perfect relaxed kind of cardigan. It would go with a lot of different outfits. I could have fun with this. I could wear it around the house. I'd wear it down at the shop. This, I feel, would be something that I would be very, very proud to wear, and proud that I would actually be able to achieve it and make it up. So this is, I think, probably gonna win out on the wonderful sweater, but maybe I should just make both. I really don't know. We'll see what I feel like when it comes to it. The next category is I want to make something very classic. I'm thinking classic in the sense of some timeless lace work or those timeless cable pattern designs, something like that, just very classic knit. So the first contender for this is the Calliope by Sari Nordlund. This is absolutely stunning with all of that beautiful lacework up the top. Oh, it screamed classic to me, and she's done it in this beautiful white neutral color. I feel like this is such a beautiful, classic, timeless piece to have in the wardrobe, and I've fallen in love with it. So I feel like this is definitely a top contender for this. I feel like Sari Nordlund's, all of her patterns seem very classic and very timeless pieces with all of that beautiful cable work and lace work, but this one in particular just screamed classic, and I really want this in my wardrobe. It's knit with a sports weight yarn, so I feel like it'll be very, very good for my climate here. I'm just in love with it, and I'm definitely going to be knitting it in like a cream or a white, because I feel like that will just do the pattern justice. Any other color would also look good, but I can't get over the white creamy kind of vibe. So this is definitely up there. I feel like I'm gonna make it regardless because I've fallen in love with it. The lacework on this is just the most beautiful lacework I think I've ever seen. I don't know what it is, what kind of magic she's put into this, but I've fallen in love with this lacework. It is just gorgeous, just along that yoke, and speechless. It's stunning. I absolutely adore it. And it's got a little bit of that lace work on the cuff as well. Even the fit of it and the style of it, it looks perfect. Another one that I've already got the pattern for and I've already got the yarn for, so we'll be making this up regardless, but it is the Arctic Light Sweater by Kudavakika. I was supposed to knit this up last year, but I just didn't get around to it because there's just too many things on my to knit list. But this one I really want to make sure that I knit next year's, and it is such a classic knit and it's such a timeless knit. All of those cables just scream to me classic, timeless. So it is perfect for this category and something that I've been wanting to make for about a year now. I am just a little bit intimidated by this. I don't know why. Cables aren't scary. Cables aren't as hard as they look, but there's just so many cables and I feel like you just need a lot of concentration and brain power for this one. And so that's what's kind of like shied me away from it a little bit. I just need to have some optimal brain days to be able to focus on this one. So hopefully I have a couple of months in next year where I can have that ultimate focus to be able to knit this one up, but it is a big contender for the classic section. And the last one is another Sari Nordlund pattern, and it is the Book Club Cardigan, which everyone knows about because everybody knits this one. I am thinking of doing this for a Worth the Hype series, but I also just want one for myself as well because those cables look so scrumptious and definitely gives the vibe of wanting to curl up with a book. This is exactly what I would be doing in this cardigan. I feel like the classic cream color would definitely look so beautiful in this, but I'm thinking along the lines of like a beige or a really light brown because those kind of colors seem quite classic to me because I feel like that's a color of a lot of like natural undyed woolen things, and that to me screams classic. So I feel like either a cream or a very light brown, beigey kind of color. We'll see what happens. I don't really know. Yet to be decided on yarn color, but that's the fun part. I get to choose as we go along. It is knitted up in a worsted weight yarn, so I feel like this is going to be very, very warm for my climate. So like a winter only kind of a cardigan. And cardigans always really intimidate me for some reason. I don't know what it is about cardigans. I think it's all the purling that really like makes me not want to knit them so much, but this one would be well worth it because those cables alone. It's just the most classic looking cardigan I think I've ever seen. Like, it looks kind of old grandpa cardigan, but make it hip and make it for females and make it cozy for reading books. Cool vibe. It's just awesome. I love it. The next category, I want to make something lacy, and I'm thinking all over lace. I want to challenge myself. Lace is definitely the most intimidating thing for me. Every time I've tried lace, it usually goes okay, but I've tried some all over lace things before and I didn't have that much luck. So it's always a little bit intimidating. I just got to remember lots and lots of stitch markers to keep where you're up to. But I've already got one solid pattern for this, and it is the Seashore Blouse by Kudavakika, which I wanted to knit up last year. I've got the yarn ready to go. It's some Bendigo Woolen Mills cotton yarn. It's ready to go. It's sitting there waiting for me to do, but when I went to do it last year, I just didn't have the brain capacity for it. And so it just has been sitting there and I'm just very intimidated by it. She has a video tutorial to go with it, so I feel like that's going to help me out a lot. And I know I can do it. I know I can definitely do it if I put my brain to it, but it is intimidating because it's all over lace. But I really want it. I've got the color in like a navy kind of blue, so I feel like that's going to be really nice and beachy, something to wear to the beach or just around in summer. Is going to be absolutely awesome. It is so beautiful. I've seen so many of them knitted up, especially from the Kudavakika cowl that I was running last year. I just really want this in my wardrobe, but it's all over lace. And it's scary, but I'm gonna do it. For my next category, it's something a little bit different, and I want to knit a vintage pattern. I have so many vintage pattern knitting books that I've collected over the last year, and there are so many gorgeous patterns in there, but I'm looking at the pattern instructions and they are very sparse. They look very different to what the modern day writing pattern style is these days. And I struggle a little bit with some of the modern pattern writing styles, and these vintage ones are like skeleton patterns, like they don't hold your hand at all, and so that intimidates me. So that's why I put it on my make 9 list to make sure that I actually knit one of them, because there are so many beautiful ones in the books that I've collected over the last year, and so many that I want to make and I think would look really cool, but they're scary, and I am challenging myself to do scary things next year in my knitting journey. So that is definitely included in one of my make 9s. I'm going to be knitting a vintage pattern. So we'll see how we go. I think I'm going to do a vlog on that one too, because I feel like that could be fun. And I'm probably going to need my mother's help a lot. She's knitted so many vintage patterns. That's pretty much all she knits. I've done one baby vintage knitting pattern before, and I did it, but it was a little bit of a struggle, but I did it. So that means that I can hopefully do any other vintage patterns as well. So I've got plenty of patterns to choose from. Now I've just got to choose one and then commit to actually knitting it. The next category is I want to make a shawl. I've never knitted a shawl before, and I feel like they just look so elegant and pretty and something really cute to kind of drape over, or even like to use as like a decorating furniture kind of item that I feel like would be really pretty. But on those chilly nights, it just looks like something that would be so cute to like kind of wrap around in, and even like one of those lace ones. They look beautiful. I've never knitted one. So this is the year. I'm going to make a shawl, and I've got 2 shawl patterns in this category that I might make up. The first one is the Fern Flower Shawl by Anna Kenia, and this was, oh, it's so beautiful. It's the lace work in this is gorgeous. Everything about this is absolutely stunning. I think she's just done such a beautiful job on this, and she's actually gifted me the pattern. So I've got it there ready to go, and I love like the beigey light brown for this. I feel like that would just be absolute perfection, and definitely the vibe that I would be going for as well. The lace detailing in this is just absolutely gorgeous. It looks so classic and cozy and like long enough that you can wrap yourself in it, but it won't be like too warm. It's really just for vibes. That's all I'm going for. I'm just going for cute aesthetic. I want to curl up with a cup of tea and read a book kind of vibe. that's what I'm going for. And this shawl says all of those things. It's so classic, it's so timeless. I feel like it would be an heirloom piece as well, like just yes to this shawl. It's an absolute stunner. And another shawl that's probably a bit more practical for like wearing out and something that I would wear when it's nice and cold, and it is the Melbourne Shawl by Kath Martin. She actually gifted me this pattern too, so it's there ready to go. And I love the fact that it's got 2 different colors in it, because I've got so many hand-dyed yarns, just single skeins of hand-dyed yarns that I can use for each side. So I feel like that's a bit of a stash buster as well. And then you get this beautiful looking shawl to wrap around when it's nice and cold. And I do plan on going to the Australian Sheep Show down south in Bendigo, and I've heard it can get really cold down there. So I'm going to be prepared, and I'm hopefully going to have knitted up this shawl to actually keep me nice and toasty while I'm down there. So those are the 2 shawl patterns I'm looking at knitting up for this category. The next category is an all over colourwork, and I've already picked out the pattern. So there's no contenders in this, because I know for a fact that this is the all over colourwork pattern that I'm knitting up. As soon as I saw it, I knew that this was my dream all over colourwork sweater. I've fallen in love. It's absolute perfection, and it is none other than the Ovis by Caitlin Hunter. She has some incredible patterns. I'm just falling more and more in love with all of her patterns, but the Ovis, all of those cute sheep. There's just sheep all over the sweater, and I love it so much. I love it like a ridiculous amount. I shouldn't love a sweater so much. It is so intimidating because there's all over colourwork and it looks like you need to be really, really neat, but I want this so bad. And I mentioned that I wanted to go to the Australian Wool and Sheep Show in Bendigo, and this is the sweater. This is the sweater I want to knit up to wear to it. I mean, a sheep show and wearing a sheep jumper, just, it makes so much sense, and this has just got to happen. So this is my absolute, I'm making this top of the list for the beginning of this year because I want to have it done in time. It's the Ovis. Not only is the colourwork absolutely beautiful, but I love the fit. The sample photo, like the fit in the sample photo is absolutely perfect. It's exactly what I would want in a sweater. The round neckline looks absolutely perfect. It's a little bit cropped. It's like not too oversized. It's just like a really nice, not fitted but not oversized silhouette, like nice and neutral. It's just absolute perfection. Caitlin Hunter, she's done it again with an absolutely incredible design, one that I am so ridiculously excited to get started, also intimidated, but more so just very excited. I don't know about colors for this one. I might go along the lines of the colors that she's picked out. Otherwise, I might go with like a blue and a white. I feel like that would be really nice, or a brown and a white. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I feel like for this one, I have in my mind that I want to get some undyed yarns and just go full straight from the sheep's back right into the knitting needles. I feel like that would just really do this sweater justice and really bring out those sheep. So maybe like a brown and a white would probably be the go-to. So I'm ridiculously excited for this one. The next category is I want to make something with a new technique that I've never done before. I always want to be learning and growing in my knitting. I don't want to become stagnant. I don't want things to become too scary or intimidating that I don't even give them a try. So this is something very important to me, that I always am trying new skills, challenging myself in any craft that I do, but especially in knitting. I really, really want to grow my skills and become the best knitter that I possibly can be and learn as much as I can and all the different techniques. So this year, I definitely want to learn a few new techniques that might be a little bit intimidating to me. And the first technique that I want to learn is some mosaic knitting. And so I've gone to none other than Andrea Mowry for this one. There's 2 of her designs that I'm tossing up between. The first one is the Hey Sailor, and this is, I feel like, something that I'm definitely going to knit up. It's mosaic knitting. It's got this beautiful design all over it. I love the color combination that she's chosen, but I've already got some yarns in stash that I could use. I've got like a blue and a white, or a pink and a white, or a dark pink and a light pink that I feel like any of those would work really well for this. I haven't knitted any of Andrea Mary's patterns before, but I've heard they're really easy to follow, and she writes them for more like beginner, so like anyone can follow along. So that makes me a little bit more confident. So this one has been on my list for a long while now, and yeah, I absolutely love it. Or a green and a white was the other option, which I think I'm leaning towards. I think I'm tossing up between a green and a white or a pink and a light pink. We'll see what happens. And the other one of Andrea Mary's designs is the Moon Mint that I'm tossing up between either the Sailor, Hey Sailor, or the Moon Mint. But if I fall in love with the slip stitch mosaic knitting, then I probably will end up with both of them. But the Moon Mint, I love that she's got this monochromatic look going on. I feel like this would be very fun as well, and a really, really nice cozy sweater to have in the wardrobe. It's knit up with fingering weight yarn, so I feel like it's going to be perfect for my climate. And then it just looks like you could have so much fun with the colors. I feel like I would probably go more the monochromatic kind of look because I love that vibe. I've been looking through all of the projects on Ravelry, and there are so many cool color combinations. So I feel like you could knit this one up in so many different colors. So I feel like this is one that you could definitely knit multiples of, and it would be super fun just to have a wardrobe with Moon Mint sweaters in it. And they would all look so different. So this is definitely a big contender for my new techniques category. I do really want to learn intarsia too, so I was looking at a few different patterns for that. I can't really find many intarsia patterns that I actually really like. I'm not sure if that's going to be something that I do knit up this year. If you've got any suggestions on some really nice intarsia designs that I should check out, let me know in the comments below. But I did find one, and it is called, I have no idea how to pronounce this. I think it's Hojicha. I tried. Apparently it's an intarsia made easy, so I feel like this might be a really good place to start with intarsia. I love the different crossovers of colors, and I actually really love the colors that the sample is knit up in, with that cream and the brown. It works so well, and I really, really love the design. The only thing I'm not keen on is the neckline. It goes up too far for my liking, so I think I would definitely have to manipulate that to become a little bit looser and not so far up my neck. Intarsia definitely seems very intimidating. People have so many different balls of yarn going at once, and it looks hard but also doable. So I just got to find the right intarsia pattern to actually like really make me want to knit it up. But this one is definitely making me want to give it a try, and the fact that apparently it's an easy intarsia makes me want to try it even more. So this is definitely one that I'm looking to knit up for next year. And the very last category is something that I'm very excited for, and I want to make something self-drafted or self-designed. This has been something that I've been wanting to do for a while now, and my head just goes crazy with like different design ideas and things that I want to make, and it's a little intimidating because I'm still like kind of a new knitter. So I really, really want to challenge myself to create something, to create a design from my head and put it on the needles, because I feel like it sounds more intimidating than it is. I've knitted so many sweaters, so many tops. I knitted like 40 items I think last year, so I've got a lot of different techniques down pat now, I think, and I've had so many knitting hours from last year, like a ridiculous amount of knitting hours. So I feel like I'm confident with construction and things now, but I really want to take that to the next level and try and self-draft something. So that's going to be a really big challenge. I have got a few designs in my head that I want to make, and I'm just probably a little bit over ambitious, but I've just got to choose one and stick with it and go with it, and hopefully I can create something. And if I can't, then I know that I can just try again and maybe try something a little bit simpler. I don't know what that's going to look like. We'll see, but it's definitely a challenge that I really, really want to try. And I feel like that's going to really grow my knitting skills and really help me understand construction a lot more and different styles and why designers do different things and how it all comes about. So I'm really excited to do that. I'm also really scared, but more so excited. So that's my last category, is something self-designed. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and letting me chat about all of the things that I want to make and want to do for 2026. I would love to hear what top 2 patterns you want to make for 2026 are. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll probably be adding some of those to my knitting favorites too. I hope you got a few more pattern inspiration ideas from this video as well. And if you are looking for some more knitting inspiration podcasts or vlogs, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and you can join in on the family here at Lovely Day Knits. Thank you so much again for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day.